Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. That sinking feeling when production goes down and all hell breaks loose. It's pure chaos, right? Well, what if I told you the best teams don't run from that chaos, they actually manage it? In this explainer, we're going to walk through the entire life cycle of a production incident, right from that first frantic alert all the way to the lessons we learn after the dust settles.
And this quote from Rootly just nails it. It's the difference between a minor headache and a full-blown migraine, and it all comes down to having a plan before things go wrong. Because, let's be real, incidents are going to happen. The best teams aren't magical, they're just prepared. They have a playbook, and that playbook is what turns a potential catastrophe into just another day at the office.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, before we can jump in and start fighting fires, we got to make sure we all agree on what a fire actually is. So let's get on the same page and define our terms. So here's the official ITIL definition, but I want you to focus on one word: unplanned. A planned maintenance window? That's not an incident. An incident is the universe throwing you a curveball. It's an unexpected disruption that makes things worse for your users. Think of it like a surprise party that you absolutely did not want.
Okay, this is a super important distinction to make. People get this mixed up all the time. The incident is the building being on fire right now, like payment processing is failing for everyone. The bug, on the other hand, is the faulty wiring that started it. During an incident, our only job is to put out the fire. We'll call the electricians and figure out the wiring later.
Right? And not all fires are created equal, you know? A dumpster fire is not a skyscraper fire. That's where severity levels, or SEVs, come in. A SEV 1, that's your 5-alarm fire. Drop everything, wake people up, this is a catastrophe. A SEV 4, though, that's more like a flickering light bulb. We'll get to it. Having these levels defined means you're not sending a whole fire department for a cat stuck in a tree.
So, we've set the stage. We know what an incident is, we know how to classify it, and now it happens. The pager goes off. That dreaded sound. Our on-call engineer, our hero, gets the call to adventure.
And there it is. Bam, an alert fires. It's 1402 UTC. The search API is throwing errors on 50% of its requests. This isn't a drill, the clock starts now.
So, what's the first thing our on-call engineer does? They don't start coding. No, they go into triage mode. It's all about understanding the situation. Okay, what's the blast radius here? How many people are affected? Is this getting worse by the second? They're basically a detective at a crime scene, gathering clues before they name a suspect.
So for our story, the search feature is broken during a massive holiday sale. Yikes. That's a lot of impact, a lot of frustrated customers. But the rest of the site is still up. So it's not a SEV 1, the whole world is on fire situation. It slots right into that SEV 2 category. Really bad, but not a total apocalypse.
A SEV 2 has officially been declared. Our hero's solo mission is over. It's time to assemble the Avengers, you know? You can't fight this battle alone. You've got to get the right team in place to start wrangling this chaos.
And step 1 is always to spin up a virtual war room, a dedicated Slack channel. From this moment on, everything, I mean everything related to this incident happens right here. No DMs, no side chats. This channel is our single source of truth. It's mission control.
Now inside this war room, you need assigned seats. You can't have everyone driving the bus at once. The incident commander? They're the air traffic controller, directing everything but not flying the planes. The ops lead? That's your pilot, hands on the controls, deep in the technical weeds. And the comms lead? They're the bridge, making sure everyone outside the war room, like support and leadership, knows what's up. When everyone knows their job, things just move faster.
And this is a perfect example of what that comms lead sends out. Look how simple and effective this is. Here's what we know, here's what we're doing, and this is the magic part. Here's when we'll update you next. Just setting that expectation stops the constant "any updates?" pings and builds so much trust with the rest of the company. Okay, teams in place, comms are flowing. Now it's go time. Let's actually fix this thing. Welcome to the main event, mitigation and recovery. If you remember one thing from this section, let it be this: mitigate first, find the root cause later. Your number one goal is to stop the bleeding. If rolling back a deployment fixes the problem, you roll it back, period. You don't stand there with the patient bleeding out while you debate what caused the wound. Stabilize the patient first, then you can figure out what happened. And while the team is working, they live by a few key rules. First, declare early, declare often. It's always better to overreact than to underreact. Second, document everything as you go. That Slack channel becomes a living timeline. And third, keep communicating. Even if the update is no new updates, you say it. Because silence is what makes everyone else freak out.
And then, a breakthrough. The ops lead, digging through recent changes, spots it. A feature flag that was just turned on. Hypothesis? That's our culprit. They roll it back, the alerts go green. Search is working. The fire is out. We did it. Right? Well, not quite. The most important part is actually still to come.
So yeah, an incident is painful, but some people call it an unscheduled investment. And this next part, the post-mortem, is how you get your return on that investment. This is where we mine for gold. This is where the real learning happens.
Let's be perfectly clear. A post-mortem is not a witch hunt. It's not about finding a person to blame. It's about finding the flaws in the system. It's a blame-free investigation to figure out how we can prevent this entire category of problem from ever happening again. The goal isn't blame, it's improvement.
And that leads to this foundational rule. You absolutely cannot have a useful post-mortem without a blameless culture. It's non-negotiable. People need to feel safe enough to say, yeah, I'm the one who deployed that change without fearing for their job. Because if you don't have that honesty, you'll never truly understand what happened.
Hey, remember that Slack channel where we documented everything? This is where it pays off, big time. That chat log becomes the factual backbone of our investigation. We can piece together the timeline, second by second, to see exactly what happened and when.
And now, we start digging. A great tool for this is the 5 whys. We start with the obvious. Why did search fail? Because of a bad code change. Okay, but why did we deploy bad code? Well, because testing didn't catch it. Okay, why didn't testing catch it? See what we're doing here? We keep peeling back the layers of the onion until we get to the real, juicy, systemic problem. In this case, our entire testing process was flawed. That's the thing you can fix to prevent a dozen future incidents.
So there you have it, the whole life cycle. Responding is a science. It's about process, roles, and coordination. But learning is an art. It's about culture, honesty, and a real desire to get better. And that brings me to the final question I want to leave you with. Is your team just good at fighting fires, or are you also getting better at fireproofing the building?